Hey everyone, welcome to the 5th episode of the What's the Deal With podcast. My name is Fla and I'm joined by Straw.
Hello, everyone.
And of course, we have a guest with us today. Psycho, would you like to introduce yourself?
Sure. Hi, I'm Psycho. Real name is James. I think that just about does it.
Alright. So we're just gonna get started. Actually, when did you get Horizon?
I actually bought my PS4 specifically for Horizon. So I had Horizon on PS4 on release hour and was playing.
Why did you get interested in Horizon? How did you find out about it?
I think it was 2015. There was some initial footage shown of the base engine and the base gameplay, and just watching the mechanics and how the weapons interacted with the machine and the machine parts were falling off, and I immediately fell in love with the combat just with this couple minute kind of demo of what.
Were you going to finish your sentence or?
Did I not?
No, I
don't
you,
know, my
you
mic might have
lagged
cut
out or
first.
something.
Yeah.
The stream lagged out. Where did I leave off?
What? This is the last word I heard.
Yeah. That's not very specific. I immediately fell in love with the combat system and just what, and then you just cut out.
Yeah, that's basically it.
Yeah, I mean, reasonable enough. The combat in this game is pretty great.
It's awesome.
It really is.
Especially you would know quite a bit about that, Psycho, because you basically been studying all the damage and multipliers, that kind of stuff. And why did you want to just really get that deep into the combat system?
Because I just kept asking why. Why does this do that? Why does this number show up when I hit this? And then I would go check Reddit, and sometimes people would know and sometimes people wouldn't, and then I would try to figure it out.
Why number appear?
Yeah.
Wait, number.
Why this number? Why this
number?
effect?
Is it,
Just
is it
why
number
to
exists?
everything?
how math was invented? Why does this happen? Philosophy. Nice.
Philosophy.
Yep.
Philosophy of Horizon. Why number?
Why?
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 But damn it. I know you've done some runs of Frozen Wilds before. Are you planning on going back to those or going back to full game runs even?
Running more Frozen Wilds has been on my to-do list and should-do list for a while. I'll definitely get back into it a bit more because I'm gonna start streaming more regularly now that I'm gonna start a job.
Okay. What do you think about Terrible Skip?
I think it's a difficult trick to pull off, but I think it feels really rewarding when you do. And I think that it's really frustrating, partly because it's really hard to figure out where you're gonna go and what movements you need to do to fix that. It takes a lot of very tedious, annoying falling off a cliff and other hilarity.
Yeah, I mean that's basically Terrible Skip.
It's
Feels
not a
great.
fun learning experience, you know?
It's not. I've gone through it and then never really continued running Frozen Wilds, but it's basically just throw yourself off a cliff until you sorta get the hang of it, and then you can do runs.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically.
The
Were you
one thing
gonna
I
say
find
straw?
very annoying about Blast Skip is if you fail it, and say you're in the cauldron in Frozen Wilds and you do Blast Skip and you fail. If you have a slow PS4,
Oh,
it just
yeah.
takes so much time. So like you could fail like a 3-second skip, and
And-
you will sit in a loading screen for maybe 2 minutes, and then to just fail the same 3-second skip again.
yeah.
It's
Maybe I think Brewing would especially know about that, assuming he ran Frozen Wilds.
It's true.
I remember.
For me, it's also like Blast Skip isn't just in the moment where you need to do the trick. It's the whole run I'm thinking about Blast Skip, not just when I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
Every moment leading up to that is, oh, no Blast Skip yet. No, oh, it's coming. Oh, damn, it's here.
Oh, it's coming. He coming. Terra Skip is coming. Basically, the thoughts during the entire run.
Yeah.
prepared.
But I mean, that's fair. I don't think there's any other skip in the game that really does that. Maybe in Smack Percent, sort of. There are a few tricks here and there that you're worried, but then again, Smack Percent is an 8-minute run, and with Frozen Wilds, Frozen Wilds is already very optimized. So to get a good run, you already have to do a lot of possibly difficult tricks to get to Terra Blast Skip. Just to fail Terra Blast Skip 5 times and have the run die.
Yeah.
Yep. There's a lot of fun combat on the way that can go wrong really quickly.
Yeah, especially if you're playing ultra hard.
Oh yeah.
There is no other way. No, I'm kidding.
Are you ever going to do a story run?
I have. I did one story playthrough to test the maximum damage numbers that you can do in the game. 30,000 is the highest that you can do.
What?
30,000?
30,000? What the fuck?
What? The
You-
highest I've done is like 6 or something.
You hit a demonic thunderjaw in the heart with 3 precision arrows. It's the only damage, it's the only ammo type that can do it, and it's the only machine that can accept that type of punishment.
Does it die instantly or?
Oh yeah.
I mean,
It only has like 11,375 HP or something like that.
Wait, but I thought damage, if you do damage to something, the damage is capped at whatever the health is of that thing.
Unless you shoot an indestructible weak point, which is what a thunderjaw heart is. So are eyes.
Okay, because I thought, like, for example, if you shoot a Watcher on story, you can shoot it in the eye with an ice rail. They'll still do 90 damage.
Yeah, but that's because it has 90 HP. So you can't do more HP than the target has with a single shot, but with 3 arrows, the first arrow only does 10,000 damage. And the machine has
Only 10,000, you say.
11,375 health. So it counts all 30k damage, even though it only needed another, 1,375.
How do you get the number of HP down so specifically?
I don't know. It was just a guess. I think it's 11,375. I'm not sure.
right. Thunder
Okay.
jaw.
But there's a lot of
HP.
testing.
Yeah, I mean, I do every time, or not every time, but a lot of the time when you're streaming, you're just shooting things, basically.
Wait,
doing
how much
quests.
health did you say the demonic thunderjaw had?
I'm pretty sure it has 11,375 off the top of my head. But
That is
I could
that is
be
very
wrong.
precise.
It's very specific,
Okay.
yeah, that's what
It
I'm
is
saying.
the exact number of HP it has.
Because how do you even test that on story difficulty? Because your
Well,
weapons
HP
will do
doesn't
so much
change.
damage.
It's just
Yeah.
the weapon. I mean, I was just doing math based off of how the damage changes.
Everything has the same amount of HP on all difficulties.
Yes. Yeah. The only thing that changes is incoming damage and outgoing damage.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no. I thought that they had more health on ultra hard except for watchers or something.
No, no, everything's same.
Okay, so basically you yourself just deal less damage.
Yep, exactly, and you take more. You do 70% normal damage on ultra hard, and you take 200% extra damage. Whereas on story, it's reversed basically.
So you do on story you do 30% more damage and
Oh no, on story you do like 200% more damage, and you take like no damage.
um I mean, yeah, no, you basically take no damage on story, especially if you have the it's called the Shield Weaver.
Yeah. The Shield Weaver was actually broken when it first came out on very hard because ultra hard wasn't out. Because the Shield Weaver, for whatever reason, the damage that was done to the Shield Weaver was scaled as if it was on normal difficulty. So machines weren't doing very hard damage to the Shield Weaver shield. They were doing normal damage to the Shield Weaver shield, and the Shield Weaver shield had like 500 HP points at that point in time. It was truly broken.
I can see why there's still people on the Horizon Reddit being like, hey, isn't the Shield Weaver way too broken? Would it ruin my ultra hard whatever playthrough?
Yeah, that's where it comes from.
That's insane. I didn't know the Shield Weaver used to be so overpowered because I did get the Horizon in 2017, but I didn't really play it until 2019. I think 2019, like late 2019.
I honestly put down the game for a couple days after I first got it because I was just kind of like, this isn't fun.
You thought it wasn't fun at first?
No, after getting the Shield Weaver, it wasn't fun. Like, it was really easy.
Weaver. Okay, I thought you meant you picked up the game, you played a little bit, and then you were like, this game sucks.
No, at the time I was going through a major injury, the herniated disc in my back. So I was basically just stuck on the floor in pain. So this game was actually really amazing and was a great distraction.
Give me 1 second, I just have to yell at my sister. She's knocking on my window and it's annoying as fuck. By the way, I also fixed the outline thing for Psycho. Dorian just sent me the numbers, so...
Yeah, I noticed it. It works now. You're not fired, Straw. Just barely. Right. So you use photo mode a lot because I don't think I really see you using it on your streams, if I remember correctly.
I have a little bit recently on my stream. I use photo mode here and there. I have a lot of pictures on my PS4 that I need to bring over.
Of what do you typically take pictures? Because I know some people like more like landscapey photos, while others are just more combat related.
I would say I probably have more landscape than anything. I really like sunsets. I really like the colors that come from taking photos with sunsets. The Frozen Wilds specifically has some just gorgeous sunset areas, and I love snow, so the contrast of the colors of the sunset on the mostly white backdrop, but naturally white backdrop, it's really, really pretty in my opinion.
Yeah, I see a lot of photos from Frozen Wilds at sunset on I don't know, Discord photo mode. Shit, my mic disconnected for a second. On the Discord photo mode stuff, and yeah.
Yep.
And that's probably
Especially
the reason why.
if they can get the Aurora Borealis in the background too, it's just like, oh man.
So remind me real quick. What is the Aurora Borealis again?
Northern Lights.
Oh yeah, okay, gotcha. Forgot about that for a moment.
It's actually kind of scary what we're looking at. It would kill us if not for our atmosphere.
Yeah.
Okay, what I missed.
That's a lot of radiation up there that we're like, oh, pretty.
Ooh, pretty radiation. It could probably kill us within seconds, but I'm just gonna stare at it.
It
Ah,
looks nice.
yes.
It looks nice. How could it be dangerous?
It's like flies to the fly swatter.
Isn't the idiom like,
Electric fly swatter.
isn't the idiom like moths to fire or something? I don't know. There's just some
Yeah.
phrase to that.
I guess I was picturing bugs going to those like electric bug zapper things.
Do they do that? I don't think
Oh,
I've ever
yeah.
seen
Yeah.
something
You
fly
can watch
into.
them, and it kills them.
Yeah, I don't have an electric fly thingy, so maybe that's why.
I don't either, but I have seen them many times before.
I don't know, I think I've only seen an electric fly swatting thingy at my grandmother's house. But I don't know, never really seen it used.
Oh, Northern Lights. Was that the... Were you talking about the Northern Lights?
Yes.
Oh yeah, I saw them like 2 weeks ago. I have pictures.
God damn it, so.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it was just at the cabin and we saw Northern Lights.
I need to come over to Norway just to watch them.
You should.
I can also bring hot chocolate.
Yes, bring me hot chocolate. You should
Alright.
You should come to Norway. It is very, very
Should?
beautiful.
I'll see if I can. I'll see if we can go to Norway sometime.
And
Maybe
whatever
in
you
summer.
do not visit Bergen.
What?
Bergen. It's a
How do you
city.
spell that?
It's constant rain. It never
Wait,
stops raining.
It's always raining there.
Yes.
Why?
Why?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just lots
does.
of rain. It's the same where I live. Except
It also always rains there.
yeah, we sometimes have good weather.
Sometimes.
Sometimes, yeah.
Desert here, so there's not a lot of rain.
Oof.
It was very good weather over here today, but in the Netherlands it's kind of sometimes you get good weather, sometimes you get a little bit cloudy, but it's alright, and sometimes it's raining bullets.
Fair.
How's the weather in America, Psycho?
Depends on where you live.
Give us a weather report.
I live in the desert, so looks like it's gonna be mostly dry. Sometimes really hot, cold at nights, and sometimes really cold during the day. And that's basically what it's like here. But I mean, we have a bunch of different biomes and climates. Like there's hotter deserts than where I live. There's colder deserts. There's tropical areas in the USA. There's wooded area. Like we're all over.
Yeah,
It's
I
a
mean the
big
USA
country.
is kind of big. I don't.
It really is.
The states should just be individual countries, in my opinion.
See, the problem is a lot of states wouldn't survive that way.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. But like, if you looked at it from, just I don't know, a map, it would look like the states should just be individual countries.
Yeah,
Because
it,
now-
it would look closer to the EU
Yeah,
if
because
that was done. Yeah.
now the U.S. is just one big country that's basically the size of a continent.
Don't worry about the US. In about 50 to 100 years, it's gonna be like absolutely visibly crumbling. Cause now we're crumbling, but it's not, super visible.
It's gonna become
It's
Crumbling,
gonna be a
but you
lot
don't
more
see it yet.
visible soon.
It's gonna be
Yeah, no,
irrelevant.
absolutely. Yeah, no, yeah, it is. We are going to be irrelevant. They are going to be irrelevant.
I mean, I don't know much about what's going on in the US, so
It
what
sucks.
is happening over there?
It sucks. We could just leave it at that.
Okay.
I mean,
I'll just
we
leave it
have
at that.
we have crumbling infrastructure. We have people fighting over things that
Toilet paper.
most people haven't even really done any research about, and they're just kind of repeating what someone else said that they liked rather than understanding what they're saying. Like, our educational system here sucks, and it gets defunded every year. It's,
In the
you
US,
know,
in the US, the money goes down on the education system each year.
yes,
Because I think in a lot of European countries, speaking from what I've seen on the news, I guess, the funding for the education system goes up every
Oh,
year,
yeah.
basically.
And the price for college in the US is skyrocketing at an amount that's like unprecedented. Like, way higher than the inflation amount. Like, way higher than inflation.
Imagine having to pay for school.
I don't know if you have to pay
Right?
for. I think you have to pay for. You have to pay for elementary and high school here, but I'm not sure if you have to pay for college. Let me look that up.
We just get free of everything.
For college in the Netherlands.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. The USA is great if, like, you're rich.
Okay,
If you're rich or if you want to, like, start a business, I guess. You know, the US is a good place
Okay, so apparently
for right now.
the public Dutch universities only charge you if you're an international student. Or at least that's the first Google results. I'm not sure if. Let me just look it up in Dutch. Maybe that'll help.
Well, my goal in the next 5 to 10 years is to move to Europe.
What country are you thinking of then? If you're
Yeah,
going
to
to
pay.
Europe.
Like Norway, Sweden, Finland.
I mean, Norway's pretty
Pardon?
good.
Norway's pretty good.
Yeah, and
I've heard good things about Spain. I would do Germany.
I haven't been to Germany before.
Yes.
Yes, I have. I've been to Kiel.
I would move to a lot of
Oh.
countries in Europe.
Yeah.
As far as I can tell from the quick Google search, you have to pay between 500 euros and 1,000 euros to go to college for a year.
That's like nothing
Compared to America, it
compared
isn't.
to American college. That's like nothing. Like, I could be working a job as a bartender somewhere and go to college.
How much do you have to pay in America?
Wait,
Oh, let's see. If
My
I was
mom's
gonna go
calling
to
me. Give me a
community
second.
college,
hello? Hey? Ja. Nei, bare bra. Ja. Tror de... Ja, jeg fikk meg et stykke i stad. Jeg er litt usikker. Det var noen 2 flatter eller noe sånt. Ja, sikkert.
And we're back.
Are we back?
It should be. If my theory is correct.
Yes, we're back.
Oh,
Well,
we're back.
you're fired. Pretty much.
Fuck. I had to delete Discord, so my keybinds got a bit fucked up, so press deafen instead of mute.
It's all good. I think we only missed out explaining what community college, university, and private colleges are.
Okay.
Yeah. That's all we
Or
missed.
state
but,
university.
You're
and
still
private
fired,
university.
Troll, again.
Why?
Because you deafened yourself and we couldn't be heard on stream.
It's all good. I'm sorry.
Anyway.
I'm just not good with tech stuff. But that will get better.
What?
I will get better with the tech stuff. It's just that it's
Okay.
very weird.
Oh, the tech stuff. I thought you were saying the text stuff, and I was wondering if you were still learning how to read or something.
Mm.
Anyway, continue.
Damn,
Continue,
Floyd.
Psycho.
Where do we want to go back to?
I think we were community college.
Oh yeah. Talking community college is like you can take college credits, but it's mostly like college prep. Like that's where most people use it for. So it's like remedial college for a lot of people, and you could also learn trades at community college.
What are college credits as well? Like I also hear that a lot, but I'm not really sure.
Oh, so
What it is?
college credits basically is just credits towards a degree, credits towards a college degree, or a 4-year degree or a 6-year degree. You know, whatever you're going for. It's credits towards a degree, or just credits in general. Because having experience in going to college looks good on a resume, regardless of what degree you get. Just the fact that you're going to college shows people that you're like interested in educating yourself and bettering yourself and such.
Okay, so people want to hire you more if you want to go to college.
Yeah. If you went to college, it also shows you can put up with the bullshit.
Okay. All right. So to go back to Horizon,
Mm-hmm.
do you? I mean, this seems like a redundant question, but do you have the platinum trophy?
Yeah. This is the only PlayStation game that I got the platinum trophy on. I used to like try to 100% a bunch of games and every game that I got back in the day, but nowadays, like, unless I'm interested in the game or want the trophy, like for this game, I found myself almost there, and I was like, what do I need to do? I need to knock over grazers. Okay. I had just played this game so much that I got everything organically. Except for
That seems like a
grazers.
pretty good sign. That seems like a pretty good sign that you're enjoying the game quite a bit if you organically got almost everything.
Yeah, for sure.
Still haven't. I don't think we have had a single guest that didn't have plat, except for Olsen, but he's playing on PC, so he doesn't really have plat, of course.
Well, to be fair, for most people within the community, platinum does not take long to get nowadays.
Yeah, I mean, I still haven't gotten plat.
Yeah, but that's a personal choice. If you wanted to, you could get it really quickly.
Yeah, I kind of want to, but I get distracted every time.
That's totally fair.
Alright. Do you have a favorite quest, and if so, which one?
Favorite quest. Yeah, I guess you could say I really like challenging air attack to take over the where is probably my favorite quest. Just because like I know that there's limited combat you have to do in some of the sections, but if you actually like fight everything, it's just a great fight. If you've seen the Boondock Saints, you can picture William Dafoe saying there was a firefight. Like that's what I picture whenever I run in and just fight everything in those sections. It's great. I like multi-machine fights and many machine fights. It's really fun. Gets crazy.
Those are probably the best fights, with just a bunch of machines being there, and also different machines just all fighting at the same time.
Oh yeah. Some epic moments.
Epic moments that you don't get if you're just using Stormslinger on story.
Those moments can be epic. It's just a different type of epic.
Yeah, true.
And story speedrunning is a whole nother beast.
Yeah, story speedrunning, the fights are basically just take out either Stormslinger and mow everything down, or take out your the bow and one-shot everything. That's basically most fights. And there's the occasional Deathbringer that you ice rail, but beside that, you basically just Stormslinger / shoot everything.
That makes sense.
In story, I would say, of course, combat is still important on story. If you have slow fights, then you won't be fast. But on story difficulty, the focus is a lot more on movement, I guess, to be fast. Because the fights are, well, really easy.
Oh yeah, no, there's still definitely a lot of skill involved in story.
It's I mean, I wouldn't say it's a different kind of skill because you still have to use it on ultra hard, but I guess it is sort of a different kind of skill.
I don't think anyone who runs this game that I've seen should be afraid of ultra hard though. I think everyone who runs this game can handle it.
Yeah, definitely, especially if you do New Game Plus.
Yeah, New Game
Yeah,
Plus is
absolutely.
just becomes too easy.
Yeah, I didn't play ultra hard for, I think it was a few months. I played the game for, or at least I ran Horizon for a few months, and then I added a channel point reward for 10k channel points. I'll do a New Game Plus Ultra Hard run, and then Dorian redeemed it. So then I did New Game Plus Ultra Hard, and then I kept doing runs.
Nice.
But now it's been a bit since I've done New Game Plus Ultra Hard. It is very fun.
It's a little unforgiving at first, but it forces you to learn how to dodge better, and I kind of like that.
Yeah. In my first few runs, I occasionally would be at ridge defense, and then would die on the second half like 6 times in a row because I tried to do the fast strat with ice rail, the Deathbringers and stuff, and I would just die because I wasn't focused enough.
The
Once
ice
you get-
rail.
Yeah,
Sorry, go ahead.
Okay, yeah, but I was going to say that I don't remember it's happening again. Damn it. Let me think. Ice rail, find the freeze, kept dying over and over. I don't know. You can go ahead, Psycho. What were you going to say?
I was gonna talk about the Storm Slinger. I got the two confused. The Storm Slinger kills you mad fast on ultra hard.
Yeah, it does, which is why we only really use it at Sawtooth, and some use it at Carja Border.
It's fun though.
It is really fun. If you can control it well, you can do very high damage. on a large area.
Oh yeah. Anybody sees favorite weapon?
Yeah.
Speaking
That's
of
of
favorite
course.
weapon, what's your favorite weapon? Like
I don't know. I want to say it's the ice rail with damage with 3 pristine. But I
Really
also
cool.
use the striker bow like 90% of the time.
Hey, you know, when I first started running ultra hard, I don't know, I kind of didn't really get the difference between triple shot, hardpoint, and ice rail. So I would use triple point hard shot, triple hardpoint, where you use the ice rail, and I would use ice rail, where you would use triple hardpoint. But now it's a little bit more. It does deal similar damage in a lot of ways.
Yeah. People were sleeping on the ice cannon, and I was trying to tell people for quite a while that the ice cannon was like really good.
Ice cannon is gonna be the meta. Listen to me, guys.
Yeah, and they're just but it's so slow, and I'm like, yeah, but 3 pristine weapon coils. And like, no. All right.
And now it is the meta.
what's gonna be the meta in Forbidden West?
That's a good question. We don't really know a lot about the. We obviously don't really know what weapons are going to be in Forbidden West. We know some of them, but there may be many more that we don't know about yet.
Yeah, but let's just.
It'll be very interesting to see how it'll go in Forbidden West, especially because the combat is also different.
Yeah. The new melee.
Yeah, I think it should be good.
I mean, I would hope the combat is good. That's why I'll buy the game.
I would buy it if I was just interested in the story. The combat is like the game is just so amazing to me, like from top to bottom.
I mean, yeah, true. That as well. But if the combat wasn't good, I would be at least a little bit disappointed in the game.
Yeah, no, I think they'll learn and grow, and it'll be good because of how we saw the Frozen Wild enhance off of the base game with very little feedback at that point in time, because they were working on the DLC like right after the game came out / when the game came out, because Forbidden got greenlit basically right before the game released.
Wait, Forbidden West got greenlit before the release of Horizon? Oh, Zero Dawn?
Correct. Like just before, yes.
What?
Based off pre-sales of this new IP alone, Forbidden West got greenlit.
Okay, that's actually kind of a good thing to know because I think it's a very good thing that a lot of development for Forbidden West has been done on PS4, because that means that even if you are playing the game on PS4, you'll still be getting a very good experience because, you know, most of the game was initially intended to be on PS4.
Oh, no. It was always intended to be a PS5 release title. I'm still worried about the PS4 performance, but I think it will be fine. It'll probably just be a noticeable difference in graphics. Like, I think you're going to want a PS5 if you want a good aesthetic feel, but if you can't, I don't think the combat or the story or anything is really going to be that diminished by playing on a PS4. I just think it won't be as good. You know, it won't be as beautiful to look at, but it's still going to be an amazing experience. I might be playing it on a PS4. We'll see how I can obtain a PS5 in the next coming months.
I'll almost certainly be playing it on PS4 because damn, PS5s are expensive. PS5s say go for like 700 euros, which is I don't know how many dollars, but yeah, around 700 euros.
They're like $500 to $600 here, I think. I don't know. I don't want the CD version because I don't care about CDs.
Well, they go for that little there. Yeah, here they go for like 811, around 800 American dollars.
Wait a second. PlayStation 5.
That is the disc version of PS5, but I do want to get a disc PS5 so that I can also play Horizon Zero Dawn on it.
Oh, I'm just
Restart from
gonna
saves.
I'm just gonna buy it. Do they let you have, like, if you have it on PS4, can you get a PS5 upgrade to Horizon Zero Dawn? If not, I'm just gonna buy it on PS5. It's like what, 20,
You know,
30 bucks?
if you get, I don't remember if they announced. I think they said you can get an upgrade for free, but I'll still be getting Digital Deluxe Edition. And Digital Deluxe is basically just for PS4 and PS5, both versions included.
Fair.
Oh,
Yeah, no, same. I'm gonna get a digital deluxe version of Forbidden West as well.
PlayStation 5 goes for 694 American dollars here in Norway. It's almost 700 here as well.
That's interesting.
Seems the prices vary quite wildly between places.
Supply and demand.
Yeah.
One
So
of my
what it
friends
is?
has a PS5, and it annoys me because he can play Forbidden West or Horizon Zero Dawn in 4K, 60 FPS, but I can't because my PC sucks and I only have a PlayStation 4.
The struggles of not having a PS5.
Yeah.
Money. The thing we hate, but we all want more of. Unless we have it, then we don't hate it. We just want more.
Yeah. Or you can be like Bill Gates and say that money doesn't matter.
Right. Money doesn't matter.
Money
to rich
doesn't give you
people.
an advantage, guys. It doesn't change anything.
Nope. You can just have a guaranteed healthy diet, the best education, never have to worry about eating, a house, and all the effects that that has. But you know, other than that, it's no difference.
Yeah, no difference at all, except for basically everything you need to live.
Oh, and if you have money, you live in a nicer neighborhood, so you're less likely to run into just an unfortunate early life incident or accident.
If you have enough money, you can become immortal. Fun fact.
No.
Kinda.
Jeff Bezos invested in some science stuff where
Science
they're
stuff.
working on some stuff that could like some cells that could regenerate your dead ones or something, so that you could basically live forever, but like you don't die of old age.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Do you guys think that technology to basically extend your life to basically what at the moment we would basically consider infinity, do you guys think that will be available within in the next, I don't know, 40, 50 years?
Sorry, my audio cut out.
No.
What did you say?
I think
yeah,
within the
awesome.
next 40 to 50 years, there's going to be a massive war.
Yeah, I mean, I would hope not, because I'll still be alive then, probably, but it is looking like it's going
Sorry.
in that direction.
It's coming.
Yeah. Straw, I said, do you think that technology to extend your life for hundreds of years will become available within the next 40, 50 years?
Probably not. I don't think so. I don't think we're
Do you,
that developed that we can make something like that.
do you think it will happen within the next 200 years?
Within the next 200 years, we're all dead.
It doesn't matter. Answer the question.
Yes. Or
What about you,
or
Psycho?
that-
Assuming our world doesn't destroy itself through climate change, war, nuclear bombs, whatever,
Oh, that'll happen.
you think it'll happen?
That's gonna happen.
It's hard for me to say what is possible for us to do because I know what we generally do. And like history is a repeating cycle of worse and worse conflict and worse negatives from like basically what goes on, which is like big empires get to power, structure of economy changes, and then everything goes to shit. Except for right now, we've actually polluted our planet to a point where we've kind of screwed ourselves. So we're not addressing that at all. So we need to look at the future now as if nothing will get better. Hopefully something can, but right now the way that it's going, like we're not addressing climate change, and everything that we've been reading and all the models we've been telling are just getting worse year after year.
Yeah.
And this is after living through like a summer of wildfires. So it's like it's directly impacting me in a very, very bad way.
Yeah, it's definitely not going in the good direction. This is the kind of stuff that keeps me up at night, basically, because...
I mean, all you can do is what you can, and then past that, it's out of your control. Just do what you can.
Yeah, but this is the thing.
Like, before the world goes to absolute shit and everything is apocalyptic and stuff.
Yeah, but the problem is that for the people that have the money to change these things, for almost all of them, they are looking at the short term, basically the short term to, turn a profit in the short term. But if it keeps going like that,
they're just looking at everything. They're dehumanizing all of their decisions effectively. They're looking at what is a money value. What is more money? What is more money? Yeah, if it's more money at the expense of so and so, whatever. I mean, take Jeff Bezos for example, right? He recently went up into space, and before he went up into space, he's like, "Oh man, guys, what great revelations am I gonna have once I go to space? Everyone has them. I'm so excited to learn what mine is." And he comes back and he's like, "Oh, I see the world and it's beautiful. Let's send workers up to space, guys." Right? The rich people can just stay down here. Let's send the workers up to space and pollute up there. And it's like, dude,
why
watch The Expanse.
We do that?
Watch a show on your freaking network, and you will learn why that is a bad idea.
I'm sorry, but why the fuck would we send random people in space just so they can have a grand revelation?
No. It's not. We're not going to send people up to space so they can have the grand revelation. His quote unquote grand revelation was to send workers up into space to reduce polluting.
That's
but
even
like
more ridiculous. Why would we just send people up into space for no reason other than some rich guy said it?
Wouldn't like all the rockets that they're gonna use to send up all the people create just as much pollution?
He proposed a space elevator, but yes, that would
space elevator.
Yeah,
but that's a genuine thing, Strawn. A space elevator, if done well, is a genuine thing we could do.
Can be. Yeah.
Space elevator.
It would be an elevator probably between Earth and...
A space elevator is possible with today's technology. Researchers say we just need to dangle it off the moon. Space elevators would dramatically reduce the cost of reaching space, but have never been technologically feasible.
Yeah, the problem is just, again, with the money. People need the money in order to be able to do it, and we're just, or at least the people that do have intelligence to do something like this are not getting the money they need.
I mean, no, because they would break the system.
They would
People
make
would
big
stop
corporations less
making money. Yeah. They don't want to share their money. They try to think of ways to get as much money as possible and not share it.
That's kind of the fundamental problem with money, basically. It incentivizes not progressing further because it would make less money in the short term to advance technology.
By the way, China shoots for the stars with plans to build space elevator by 2045.
So prove it, China. You got the manpower.
Show us, China. Show us how to make a space elevator.
Also, Japan.
China does a lot of talking. I want to see action.
Japan's working on a space elevator. Probably Russia as well in secret. Strosmak's kind of quiet.
Well, as long as North Korea doesn't do it, we don't have anything to worry about yet.
Dude, North Korea is like barely feeding themselves. North Korea is like a humanitarian crisis that we kind of pretend isn't going on still.
Yeah.
They'll make it out of bamboo, says Michael.
I mean, bamboo could work because it.
No.
Yes, it could.
It would just break instantly.
No. Not if you
That
make.
would be insane.
Not if you make like very, 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 very like big kind of quote unquote ropes of bamboo.
I
don't know if it'll survive the temperature change with
Oh,
that
absolutely
much.
not. But it could work. Like
Even if it does survive that, there's so many things orbiting the Earth. There's something, even a
it's
tiny
just gonna
thing
cut
crashing
in
into it.
two.
Yeah, imagine like frozen bamboo sticks being hit by literally a marble in space.
I mean, it's space. If you're orbiting the Earth, you're going pretty fast. So even just a tiny shard of whatever could just absolutely annihilate the bamboo.
That's what scares me more than a lot of stuff about space is us fucking basically having a situation where I forget the term for it, but all the satellites and debris hit each other around the planet, that making effectively a debris field that we can't exit.
Kurzgesagt has a great video on that.
I think I've seen that one. I like watching that.
Yeah, let me see if I can find it real quick.
I like Thunderfoot as well. He and I often share the same opinions, which, confirms my bias, and we like that as humans.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's basically it. That is very true. Yeah. I found it. Why Earth is a Prison and How to Escape It, it's called. At least I think that's the video we're looking for.
Imagine the news tiny piece of floating stuff destroys world's first bamboo space elevator built by North Korea.
That would be. I think it's impossible. You can't build a space elevator out of bamboo.
North Korea would hear a global "I told you so" so loud that they would just all hear it and hang their heads down.
The "I told you so" would be more
sad.
powerful than their entire nuclear stockpile.
All the workers that were working on that bamboo elevator were probably gonna get killed for failing.
Their nuclear stockpile is actually kind of we like to downplay things, but based off of maths that I watched and read, North Korea could reach the U.S. with a nuke if they wanted, and if they could reach the U.S. with a nuke if they wanted, they could reach a lot of Europe if they wanted.
It's kind of
who
horrifying
wants
to
to take
think
Europe?
about how much of a problem North Korea is.
The real problem isn't necessarily North Korea. It's that we get so many freaking malignant narcissists for leaders like Trump, Kim Jong-un, Bolsonaro. just the people who are shamelessly dictators and don't give a shit. Like, and they want and crave that power, and for people to respect them for no fucking reason other than their ego.
Yeah, I saw a video of Veritasium recently that also kind of relates to this. It's about how because the ones that get lucky are the ones in power, and those that get lucky think that it was all down to their hard work. And because of that, they think that they have the, because they get all the power positions, they think that they have the right to just decide everything themselves. And yeah, that's basically why they're fucking up so much.
Without first considering, like, how people would be impacted.
Yeah.
And then, like, we, especially like in the US, we create like a social structure that is basically defined by competition. So people have to be ruthlessly competitive at every age of their life to get ahead, to get noticed, to be somebody. And if you don't want to participate in that, you don't really go anywhere. You have to play those games. And it's kind of annoying and aggravating that you can't, like, just do what you want to do to a point. And I mean, you look at all the people who claim they're different and then they get rich and they're the same fucking person that everyone else, like.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, okay, you're not different. Like, you don't care. Yeah. Well, money and power inherently corrupt. Period. Like, the more money and power you have, the less empathy you get, because you get into your daily routine and you can't imagine not having the things that you have, so that becomes your new normal.
Yeah, basically everyone thinks they're going to be the change, everyone thinks they're going to be different, but once they actually get there, they're not. They're just the exact same as all that came before.
Yeah, and I think, honestly, like, they get there and they realize that, like, yeah, you're one person with money and power, but then there's everyone else with money and power that doesn't want you to change the status quo. Yeah, and so the trade-off is you get rich. What do? You get rich, so it's...
Yeah, the rich get richer, that's basically it.
Yeah.
But the problem is they change because they see that no one else is trying to change, so they also become like that. And then when a new rich person comes up, they see that everyone else is not changing, so they don't change either. And that just keeps going.
Threat, potentially. If you're trying to change the status quo, which means taking away something that someone else has, they're not going to want you to take that away, so they're going to fight. And if it's a lot of money and a lot of power, they're going to fight dirty to keep it, because that's probably how they fought to get it in the first place.
Yeah, it's kind of depressing to look at the world and see what a shit show it really is if you look at it like that.
I mean, all you can do is be the best you and try to change in the ways that you can, and, like, that's it.
Yeah, but yeah, again, the problem, you might want to change something, but once you get money, once you get the power, you can't, kind of. And yeah, stuff just never changes. At least changes so slowly that it's not going to fix things like climate change in time.
Well, I mean, the people with power to speak conveniently die when they start speaking about it.
Yeah.
Or just before they're going to.
I wonder why that is.
I'm just saying, like, it's a thing that happens throughout history fairly consistently, where if someone actually has enough position to make change and they start either taking action to do that or making music to express that, they end up dying.
How convenient for those that would be disadvantaged if they actually made the changes.
Yep. Also, I have to say Epstein didn't kill himself because I think it's warranted.
Yeah,
Just
I
gonna
hear
throw
that.
that meme in right now.
I think I saw a video on it. I don't remember what who Epstein even was. Kind of.
Didn't they
The
say
man-
he hanged himself with toilet paper?
Yeah, sure. So
What?
How the
You
fuck?
how you
How
can't.
strong of toilet
paper is
paper do
way
you
too
have?
weak. You have to be like only a kilo. Like you have to only weigh like a single kilo if you want to hang yourself with toilet paper.
Not even a kilo. Less than
yeah,
that.
he definitely weighed more. No, he
Yeah.
was the guy that ran the pedophilia airline. So he had
What?
like rich people, powerful people, leaders of nations go onto his plane with underage sex girls.
Donald
Bullshit.
Trump.
Yeah, so he quote unquote killed himself in prison before any trial and before he could speak about anything because he literally had dirt on fucking everyone in power in the world. Like, of course he died. Of course someone killed him, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
He
if
literally
you have
threatened
that
the world
kind of-
order as we know it.
Yeah, it's basically if you have that kind of, I suppose, power or knowledge, I guess in this case, there's at least there are many people that will do something against you.
You threaten to take away something people have, they're gonna get mad.
Yeah,
Especially if
that's
they want to
basically-
keep it. I guess right now, world politics, Dorian.
Yeah, basically. It did kind of stray pretty far from what this channel is called.
It's fine.
These things happen.
Happens. And I
How's
mean,
it going,
it's a
Dorian?
good topic. It's a topic that has to be discussed, I think.
Yeah, I mean, we need to like before you can fix a problem, what do you got to do? Well, you got to figure out that there's a problem in the first place, and you can't do that if no one talks about it. So you got to
Yeah.
talk about it.
Remember there was some sort of issue that. Oh yeah, Vertasi. Yeah, that's. I think we had this discussion in Elk's chat about self-driving cars.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think about self-driving cars, Straw? Don't think I've heard your opinion on it.
Self-driving cars. I don't know really. I don't really care that much about stuff that's going on around me. So like all the time you've been talking about politics, I haven't really been paying attention because I haven't got myself into it. So I also really don't care about like if there's self-driving cars or anything like that.
That's understandable, I suppose.
Michael.
What are you going to say, Psycho?
I was just laughing at Michael's lol about self-driving cars. I'm all for them. The sooner the better.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing about self-driving cars. As long as they are, because we already the Veritasium and many other videos, I'm sure, already showed that they are working, they are good, and they are basically already better than people. It's just a matter of getting them actually started, because the public, I do think most people are either against or at the very least uncomfortable with the idea of self-driving cars.
People don't like to give up their power, even if it's just over a moving vehicle. They feel safer if they're in control, even if statistically they're more likely to screw up than a machine.
Yeah, but that's the problem, right? People trust themselves too much, basically.
We don't incorporate enough scientific theory into like global education, and we don't
Yeah.
like not enough people question why and think like outside of just how something will impact them and how they don't want it to. Like no, like why is it going to change, and what will change it? Like, do I enjoy driving? Yeah. You know, will it feel weird if I'm in a car that drives itself? Yeah, but then I'll get used to it. And based on the data I've seen, unless that's falsified, and if it is, my goodness, are they going to get sued? Like, it should be fine.
Yeah.
And if
Exactly.
not, well, like, whatever, you know?
Unfortunate then. But I think also a lot of people are also still very uncomfortable with the idea of just technology itself becoming more advanced, I suppose, like being able to, what you could almost consider thinking for itself.
Yeah, like humans are really adaptable, but you got to understand, like, I'm only 34 years old. I'm young. And in my lifetime, smartphones have come out, computers have drastically changed, everything has drastically changed. And that's just
Technology
my
is
lifetime.
exploding.
Yeah, it really is.
I mean, I don't really know any better than to have, you know, phones and have a laptop. I mean, since I was, you know, born in 2008, so I don't really know any better than that, but I can imagine that even in my pretty short lifetime so far, things have advanced quite far beyond what we had just a decade ago.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
And so far it looks like it's going to just keep continuing on that trend. So far it looks like stuff's going to keep advancing.
Yep. We are not slowing down anything we should be.
Yeah. Again, back to climate change and stuff, almost.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now it's kind of yeah.
Just go ahead.
How far do you think it will go? And you as well, Straw. I know you don't really give a shit, as you just said, but how far do you guys think it will go? I'm not really sure how to really describe that question, but like, how far are we gonna get, basically?
With technology?
Yeah.
Unless sorry, go ahead, Star.
No, you go first. I have to think about it a bit.
Unless like a Sobek and Ted Faro show up and fix the problem, it's just gonna get out of control.
I mean,
Even more so.
what do you mean as in, what do you mean technology will get out of control?
Like within the realm of how it's impacting the planet.
Oh, and yeah, in terms of climate change.
Yeah, because like everyone's like making all these claims, and we got the Paris Accord, but no one's really doing anything that would slow down what's going on.
Yeah. Paper straws kind of suck.
I mean, right now, like, what are we doing? We're using data centers. We're probably on our phones too, using those data centers. Like, we're using so much power that we don't even understand we're using.
Yeah.
Just when we're on our computer on the internet, because all those servers and data centers, let me tell you, they take a lot of power to run. So it's not
Yeah.
just how much power your monitor and your PC is doing, it's how much power everything you touch along the line of everything you interact with is using. And it's a lot of fucking power.
And that's just laptops and phones and stuff. Of course, those do use a ton of power, but then that's not even including, I don't know, factories, cars, airplanes, whatever.
Yeah. Not marketing, but like the manufacturing and transportation, and yeah. And those often, like, if you track the routes these packages take a lot of the times, it's just like absolutely ridiculous. but it's cheap to send everything on a big ass ship. You know, like the cheapest bulk method they can take, they go for.
1 second, I have to mute for a moment.
Yeah, it's about making everything as cheap as possible. Like, they don't care if it hurts other people, as long as, like, corporations and stuff can get as cheaply as possible.
They market the change as positive, and we gobble it up.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
they give us free shit, and we gobble it up too.
They give us free shit and we're just like, yeah, seems legit, I suppose. But it's also like, I don't think, I mean, are we doing anything to change? Change, you know, what, the trend, the climate change trend? I don't think we really are.
Nah.
Not that just a few people would make much of a difference. And that's exactly the problem, because...
Well, actually, no, because just a few people can make a difference. Because just a few people becomes just a few more, it becomes just a few more, it becomes a whole movement. Like, it has to start at the individual level and with believing something can change and something should change. And then you have, then you're in a power to create change and to get more to follow you to make change.
That's true, but the problem is everyone, it's the bystander effect, right? Everyone is waiting for someone else to do it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not just, you know, the average person. Of course, a lot has to change as well with the people that are actually in power. I think that's also what a lot of people are waiting for. They're like, well, I'm not gonna make a difference myself. Those rich guys need to do it for me.
Well, we wait for the people with power and money to make the influence instead of make an influence to try to be the one with money and power to then actually make influence.
Yeah, but this goes back to what we talked about earlier, right? Once we have the money and power, we might not actually be able to do anything, or we might conveniently go missing, although I doubt that would fly in most countries these days. But
well, I think this is where, like, we're stronger as groups than we are as an individual, right? So, like, if you're in a group of friends and one person becomes rich and powerful, well, usually they drop all their friends and go with, you know, insanely attractive, more rich and powerful friends. But if they don't, and their friends don't become people who are just like money grubbing or power grubbing type people,
gold diggers / entitled people.
Then they won't change as much, because, you know, we're stronger in a group than we are by ourselves. So, like, if we keep the people who best represent who we are and who we want to be close, then they will check us, as long as we allow ourselves to be the type of person that will let them.
Yeah, but again, that's very difficult to actually accomplish.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Do you think we will? Do you think we won't destroy ourselves, or do you think we will lead ourselves to destruction within the next?
I think we basically already have.
Let's say within the next 100 to 200 years, do you think we'll destroy ourselves?
Yeah, absolutely.
What about you, Straw?
Oh yeah, 100%.
That's not very positive, but it is the more realistic viewpoint.
Okay, so you know that the climate change is at the point where it's almost irreversible within the next 5 to 10 years. If we keep going the way we are right now,
with that far already,
it's going to be irreversible, and almost no one is doing anything about that and trying to.
No, it's ramping.
Yeah,
let me do some Google searches. How long until climate change is irreversible.
I think we may already be there, and I think that's why the people with that could be one of the reasons why the people with money and power aren't doing anything, is because they're like, we're already fucked. We may as well like take advantage.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Earth could cross the global warming threshold as soon as 2027.
Yeah, exactly. 5 years.
It's pretty close.
It's not a lot of time. We're not fixing it before then. I'm just saying.
Fuck no, hell no.
I'm calling it right now.
Nothing's
We're not
gonna
going to
happen.
be able to fix it before then.
Nothing is gonna happen.
I mean, even if we don't destroy ourselves through climate change, we have plenty of other methods to choose from. Whether that be a nuclear war or something else. Possibly even AI just becoming too advanced for our own good.
I personally am all for like robots taking over, because I have a theory that like humanity was never meant to evolve. We were meant to create, and our creations were meant to surpass us. So like AI and robots are the perfect beings to travel space, which is something we sure as hell are never gonna do. And I think that like space should be, space should be explored. And if a sentient robot race does it that we created, that's awesome. Like,
yeah. It's the thing, as Kurzgesagt says this in quite a few videos, but maybe humanity is just the next stepping stone in evolution. And, AI, robots, whatever, are supposed to be next part of the evolution of an intelligent species.
I think it's kind of cool too, like that, what you create becomes what surpasses you, not necessarily like you.
Yeah, then again, it is kind of a lot of humans, a lot of people wouldn't want to be, I don't know, wiped out isn't the right term, but I guess surpassed. Just, and if you take something away from people, then they're not gonna like it. And in this case, that's basically just them being at the top.
And it's taking away like their life effectively.
Yeah, basically. I mean,
or at least their belief in it, because the robots aren't going to care. You're not going to be memorialized.
Yeah, AI are already surpassing people in a lot of jobs and are on the path of surpassing people in a lot of other jobs. So soon we're not even going to have any jobs to do. AI are just going to do all of them.
Yeah, I mean that's why we need to be integrating universal basic income into as many countries as possible now, rather than later.
I wonder how long it's gonna take us until like humanity goes into Wall-E state.
Long does it take
100
humanity
to
to
200
what?
years.
Wall-E. You've seen the movie Wall-E.
Oh, Wall-E.
Where every human's fucking obese as fucking the bone mass.
I mean,
that's like 1,000 years from now.
Assuming
that's like Horizon
humans
Zero
are even
Dawn.
around.
Oh yeah, but
Assuming humans are even still around.
Because multiple generations were on the Wall-E ship, if I remember. Like multiple generations.
How many?
God damn, it's
Hang on one moment, I'll be right back.
Yeah, right. It's kind of fucking depressing in a way to look at it like this. That we're almost certainly fucking dead. There's no way humans aren't going extinct within the next few hundred years, probably. There's not much we can change about that, I think, at this point. But it's kind of strange also to think that there's been millions of years of evolution, of just human evolution before this. And then a few hundred years from now, it'll all be done, probably. I wanted to look something up, but I don't know. So what was your Google search result?
I couldn't find any. Oh no, never mind. They were on the because in Wall-E human kind of evolved into having a lifespan of around 140 years, I think it says here. So they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 generations, and they were on the ship for 700 years.
Yeah. Wait. Here's a Google search. Like, I looked up how long till humans go extinct, and there was a related Google search, which was how much time do we have left?
Not much.
And here it
Alright, I'm
says.
back.
Here it says that with 95% confidence, humans will survive no more than 7.8 million years, but at least another 5.1 thousand years.
I don't believe that.
I don't think that's
Yeah.
factoring in the ramp up of technology.
Yeah, I don't think it is either. I mean, here's the thing. I'm just hoping that shit doesn't go down before my life is done, before I'm dead.
It's gonna get ready. It's gonna go down in my life. I'm gonna have to be like a grandpa leader of the resistance somewhere.
From Horizon Zero Dawn expert to leader of the resistance.
Hey, whatever my group is, you know, we may be like 6 people, whatever.
So when the world goes apocalyptic, we're gonna have to find Psycho immediately.
We're gonna take a plane to Psycho, and we're just gonna lead the resistance.
I mean, hopefully I'll already be in the EU, so
Yeah, true.
That'll make it a lot easier.
yeah, there's so much more open space and land that you could just like live off of out there too.
Yeah.
There's a lot of
I
I don't want to say untouched nature, but mostly undisturbed nature out there. The US has that too, but I gotta get out of here. The winds are changing and they don't like my type.
What would be the best place to go to when, like, in an apocalyptic state? Because Iceland, sure as hell.
probably somewhere where, I mean, depending on the kind of apocalypse, of course, but I would say it's always better to be in a place with not a lot of people, because less mouths to feed means better.
Yeah.
Yeah, you want a smaller group in an apocalypse situation. You don't want a big settlement, and you want to avoid big settlements.
Well, you want a group large enough to be able to, you know, have all the jobs be done, but you want a group small enough that you don't just run out of food completely.
Yeah.
And it might be a tough balance to strike, but it of course also depends on what kind of apocalypse we find ourselves in.
Yeah, and who you can find, you know, and like people become valued basically by what they can do rather than who they are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be kind of cool to just try to live in an apocalyptic state for a week. To just see how many
Yeah.
people die of starvation because they're too lazy to get food. I mean, you don't die with a week without food, but
I mean, here's the thing, you would probably want to just raid all canned food
yeah.
in supermarkets as soon as shit goes down, or even
Yeah,
before shit goes down.
No purge. Way too many people are like waiting for that shit to go murder, and like, no, thank you.
Wait, people are actually excited for something
Yeah,
like that?
There's a lot of people that are like looking forward to something like that.
Holy shit, I knew there were psychopaths in this world, but you're describing it as if there's way more than I thought.
It's pretty bad. Yeah, it's pretty bad.
See, I don't think those people realize that they would not be one of those cool guys murdering people left and right. They don't realize that they would be one of the people that gets shot in the head once and they're done.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of them are very narcissistic. Narcissists fucking plague the universe. our universe, but a
Yeah.
lot of them are very narcissistic. Like they don't see things in that way.
They don't understand that as I just said, they don't understand that they would just be, they'd just be shot. Boom, they're done.
Yeah, no. Probably not. No,
Yeah.
I had an old roommate who like was looking forward to a situation like that, and I'm sitting there like when we were talking about it, like, one, now like you absolutely terrify me because you basically just told me that not only are you capable of killing people, you're looking forward to it.
That's
like,
pretty horrifying, not gonna lie.
Two, you honestly think you're gonna survive, and like, just because you have a little bit of U.S. military background doesn't mean you're gonna survive an apocalypse when you start off poor. The rich are gonna fucking survive, and the people with the guns, which he has a couple, but like, like it's just amazing that he thinks he's gonna end up on top. It's like, you're on the bottom right now. Like, why do you think you're gonna end up on top if you're starting on the bottom? Like, no, you have this theory that you could go from the bottom to the top because of your inflated sense of self. But like, that's probably not what's actually gonna happen.
They think so highly of themselves, they don't see the fact that no, you won't rise from the bottom to the top just because an apocalypse happens. You'll stay at the bottom, and you'll probably die very quickly too.
Well, I don't live with that person anymore, so.
So I did a quick Google search that how much percent of the world is narcissistic, like has narcissistic personality disorder, and it says here that experts estimate that up to 5% of people have narcissistic personality disorder, which is quite a lot.
I would argue it's higher nowadays because of Trump's impact on how people act.
Wait, did Trump really have that big? I shouldn't even say that anymore with the shit that went down.
Because the way he acted kind of empowered bullies and people with similar personality traits to just be out in the open, rather than keep that quiet. Like, at least in the US, I've noticed a huge difference in how more right-leaning Trump supporting like individuals act and are. And then they'll use new tricks that came up through marketing campaigns or media campaigns for Trump to like justify things that they're saying. Like, well, you can't tell me I can't say this because this, Spawn.
You cut out.
My mic cut out, or did you?
There's no way to respond other than to not respond, I think is where I cut out.
Yeah.
By the way, just a quick question, might be a dumb one, but where the fuck is Trump now? What's he doing?
He's still campaigning. No. He's still campaigning. He still wants to be president. He still wants to run for president.
He still thinks the elections were rigged and that he actually won, probably.
Yeah, Trump is basically like baby Hitler. And then compare Germany pre-World War II to the US right now. No, I'm serious. Like, this is something that actually makes sense.
Okay, I would hope that he wouldn't actually go that far.
Well, this period of time would represent the point in time where Hitler was in jail, but Trump's jail is being banned from social media right now. And it has the same effect on people. Yeah. And it has the same effect on people as if he was in jail, because he's been silenced, so he's metaphorically in jail, therefore he can victimize himself.
I think also a lot of people think that just because he was, well, silenced, as you say, a lot of people think that just proves his righteousness more.
Yeah, I mean, when people get silenced for saying or believing something, they just, they double down. They fall back into what they believe even more.
Yeah, that is also maybe we shouldn't, be like that to people who have wrong viewpoints. I guess you can't really say that a viewpoint is objectively wrong a lot of the time, but people that have viewpoints that are questionable.
Yeah. I just always want to know, like, why people think. Again, like, I wanted to know why the combat worked, but I want to know why generally, like, why people think, like, what they think. Because sometimes something that seems like morally reprehensible and just terrible to me is actually, given a setting or a circumstance, like, somewhat decent. It's all about perspective, and we need to be open.
I mean, yeah, that is true. But I mean, if someone believes something or has a viewpoint that's very out there, and they can't substantiate it, like they can't give a reason as to why, and I think that is just very annoying as well.
Well, they just don't know what they know. Like you get that quite frequently when people haven't done any research and aren't stating their opinion. They're stating the opinions they've heard that they like.
Yeah, they're stating the opinions that they've heard that they probably think is fact.
Yeah, they like them. They want them to be fact.
Again, confirming their own biases, as we said earlier.
Indeed. We all do it.
Yeah. But some do it more than others.
Yeah, I think that's a confidence thing.
What do you mean?
Well, the more you seek to confirm something, the more you're probably questioning it, right? Because if you're not having to question it, why would you need to confirm it?
Yeah. Yes, that makes sense. Alright, now I'm not really sure what to say. Straw, we need your help. What?
Straw has been pretty quiet.
Politics is not my strong side.
Oh, that's more psychology at that point, but fair.
I mean, stuff like that is not my strong side.
What's your strong side?
I don't know, really. I don't know.
Straw just lives.
I'm just here. And if I have an opinion about something, I'm just gonna say it. Like, I don't have that many opinions, to be honest. Or I don't care enough to have an opinion. I just let people be and don't pay attention. It's probably
I did that for a while.
It's probably not a good mindset, but
I think I don't know. I think yeah, I'm not really sure what I was gonna say. Like,
it's okay to be that way. Just don't vote, because you haven't honestly done the research. So you shouldn't honestly put forth a vote that can affect other people's lives and decisions.
Yeah. I mean, I can't legally vote yet, so.
Yeah. No, I know. I'm just saying, like, if that, I had this literal discussion with my mom. She wasn't happy, but she agreed at the end.
Yeah.
Because, like, democracy, like, voters have a responsibility in democracies, and that is to research and know what it is that they're voting on. And if you aren't doing that, then you aren't honestly living in a democracy, because you don't know what you're voting on. I mean, you know what people are telling you to vote on.
The problem is that a lot of people, we can't, there's no way to really check, oh, that person has done the research, they can vote, that person is just echoing
the absolutely.
Uneducated opinions of others. They shouldn't be able to vote, so. Because of that, we are letting people vote that really shouldn't vote.
Well, it's people kind of taking advantage of specific freedoms, and if people are going to take advantage of freedoms, then maybe we should take some of those away. Like, there could be mandatory classes that people take once a year, and if they don't take them, and I'm not talking about like long ass classes, like if you do it right and you have every side presenting their opinion in like a decent way, and you show it to everyone, and then you have all the sides showing like their way, and like have them take a class that also like talks about what's going on, you keep people up to date year by year, and it's like, watch this or you can't vote.
Yeah, I think this also goes back to the education system, because it does not, as far as I know, it doesn't teach you shit about politics.
The situation, or the educational system in the US, at least like the base one before college, does not teach you about economics, politics, psychology. It doesn't teach you about shit. You go into a very unforgiving system with a very limited amount of knowledge.
It's similar in the Netherlands, like it doesn't teach you basically anything you need in, what you would call, I guess, the real world or something, but it doesn't really teach you any of that. But I think, as far as I've heard so far, it is less bad than in the US.
Yeah, probably. That's not hard to do. We need to teach people how to learn and how to want to learn and how to understand the world around them. Like, that's what we need to teach people. That should be the goal of education, not this score and that score. Like, the people who want to do math are gonna fucking do math. Just show everyone math,
Yeah, but the problem with school is that it just kind of sucks the life out of learning. It's no longer learning, it's memorizing information to regurgitate it on a test and then forget it right after.
Yeah, because they're not valuing, like, they haven't figured out decent ways of being able for people to show what they know. We lost Fleur.
Leave. What the fuck? Oh.
And there he's back.
Welcome. You're muted, Fleur.
Welcome back, Fleur.
Accidentally closed Discord, sorry.
It's all good.
Psycho.
I was saying that, like, we don't have good enough ways to test that people are learning what we're teaching them. So we use these standardized testing methods as like this way to let teachers know the students were at least paying attention somewhat. But we're not teaching them to learn, and we're not necessarily teaching them to learn within the specific field they're learning. Like, it's just memorize all this bullshit. Oh, you can memorize more bullshit than other people? Go be a doctor.
Yeah, you can memorize more shit than others. Good job, you get a higher grade.
Yeah, that's basically, it. And then
I could probably, I would just want to say, I could probably learn anything that school is teaching me and actually learn it way faster than what school is teaching you. Because school, as we just said, it's literally just memorize this shit, put it on the test, good job, you get a grade, then do it again for a few years. And oh wow, you memorized stuff well enough, good job, go to university or something, go do an important job.
yeah, I mean, basically, it's not the best system, and we don't. Another thing that I don't like about the system, or like what goes on with this world, is how we treat our intelligent people. Most of the time they get bullied at an early age or like their whole life, and a lot of them either die in poverty, get connected with crime because it's the only way they know how to survive. Like, we let a lot of high intelligence go to waste in a lot of different ways within our society, and that really hurts for me, because I know these are the types of people that could enact good change, but they're not necessarily able to as frequently as they would be if they lived in a system or environment that took better care of them.
Yeah. I mean, I don't really know. Yeah, I agree. I mean, I don't really know how to respond to that. But yeah, that that is unfortunately the world we find ourselves in.
Indeed.
It's kind of disappointing to see almost that even with how advanced our technology is. I mean, if you would have shown what our technology is today to a person even just 100 years ago, they would have thought it was magic, basically. It's kind of disappointing to see that even with that advanced technology, we still can't really, run our world, I guess.
Yeah. Like a lot of things get made with good intentions, but then there's just a way to monetize it, so that happens instead.
Yeah. It's unfortunate. Money corrupts a lot of things.
Yeah, absolutely.
Have an opinion you want to throw in, Straw? I'll take that as a no, I suppose.
What?
His opinion is
What
he
I
doesn't
missed.
care about politics.
His opinion is he doesn't care, basically.
What did I miss? My sister
nothing.
knocked on my window, so I just had to yell at her again.
Okay. Gotta yell.
Yeah, she's celebrating her birthday with some of her friends, and they're just annoying as fuck and knocking on my window.
Yeah.
Just run out there with a broom. Stop knocking my window.
That should do the job, I guess.
No, they'll knock
Then I'll
more.
get
Don't do
yelled
that.
at
Don't
by
do that.
Mom.
I mean, a broom might make them knock more. A gun would do something different.
No. That's excessive. That's an excessive reaction.
All right. I think we've kind of reached the end of the conversation, I would say.
Yeah, it's also coming near to 2 hours now, so
Yeah.
we're aiming having the podcast right under 2 hours. So
Yeah, that's fine.
it was really nice of Psycho to come on the podcast. It's a very good one, very deep conversations about a lot of stuff. So, do any of you have anything else to say before we end?
No, just thanks for having me. Had a good time.
Yeah, thank you for coming on, Psycho. You were the only one that could, so you really saved us for this week. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it,
But
I think.
the most important thing, well, and the last question, podcast. What is the deal with airplane food? That's everything for us, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. Thank you for letting us have this podcast. We'll see you later. Goodbye.